Alright, so in the past I've made a few games, but all I've ever made were in 2D. So I was trying to swing around with 3D. I created a new 3D project, and at the time I was working on a different game, so it was only for testing purposes. Or is it? As I kept working on it, I decided to actually finish the project. I've been working on it for a while now and thought to share it with others. So let's head back to the beginning of the process. I decided to make a first-person shooter or an FPS since they're one of the easiest to make, and with a sci-fi theme. I started with the player movement script, which I totally didn't steal from Dani. It's a rigid body based movement made by the Milkman himself, and it works perfectly fine. Then I added weapons to the game, a pistol and a katana, which I modeled back then. For the gun I used a raycast to detect where you're pointing at instead of shooting prefabs for precise and accurate shots. I also made it so you could grapple, which I also stole from Dani. So you know I'm making Karlson clone at this point. And you can also switch weapons, which is pretty cool. Now let's add some enemies to shoot at. First, I modeled a robot that somehow reminds me of Eve from WALL-E for some reason. Added to the game and made it look at the player at all times. I also made an explosion effect when the enemy dies. Alright, so I made some changes. I added some arms, and I think I had too much fun playing with them. Remade the weapon animations with the arms, and also added warning, which, in my opinion, is very original from all other first-person shooter games. Fast forward made a lot of changes. The lighting looked bad, so I fixed that. Made a health bar and an ammo count. I also made the katana act like a boomerang that you can throw or something, and changed the trios a bit as well. At this time, I also started working on the AI, seeing nav mesh. It has 3 states, one for patrolling, following the player, and attacking. For this robot, I made 2 attacks. One is charging an energy ball and blasting it out like a Rasengan, and it explodes on impact. The other one basically shoots bullets from its arm launchers. The lighting still doesn't satisfy me, so let's do a bit of magic. There. I made a new little animation since the old one looks... yeah. The new one looks weird, but it's way better than the previous one, so that will do. Okay, let's add some more enemies. Made a spider, rigged it up, and a turret. Made some animation for the spider. I'll get it to work with procedural animation soon using inverse kinematics, but for now it looks fine. For the turret, I just made it stand still and look towards the... Alright, let's just rotate it 90 degrees on the y-axis. There. And I made it shoot some lasers, which isn't working. Alright, there we go. I fixed it. It also resets its rotation when you're out of range. Now for the spider, I made it crawl and attack you when it's close to the player. Unlike the katana, where it enables a hitbox to trigger damage, I use a spear cast for this one instead, since it attacks from a distance. Oh, and I also made Dani's blink when damaged using an animation that controls the emission of their lights. So that's pretty much everything there is for now. But I'll try working on actual maps and levels, new mechanics, weapons, sound effects, music, and much more soon. I don't have a big picture of what's the game going to be like, so you can leave suggestions for it. It might even be a different type of game. Who knows?